when we got home. But now, because of the going to the college every day, yeah, his fitness has come right up, over.
Yeah, well, that's good anyway, yeah, well, the more you do anything, the better you become at it. So, yeah, well, that's good anyway, John, and it's good that he goes out with you there on the Sunday as well for that extra little bit, over.
Yeah, and also we were out on Saturday evening as well, so anytime the weather's anyway decent, we go out. Now, as you know, I cycle every day to work, and the weather doesn't bother me. But for fun, I have no interest in going out in the rain if that can be avoided, over.
Oh yeah, well that's too much like hard work, really. You know, it's like everything. You know, it's like going to work in the morning on the bus. You don't mind if it's a wet morning or that because you know you have to go to work, but you don't want to be going out on a wet day when it's just for leisure. You know, but of course there are some people who love that sort of hardship as well. But not to worry. So yeah, I'm just getting a message there from John Paul. He wants an answer there, so let's see what he wants. Yeah, so he was out yesterday. He cut the hedges and that, and it was grand. But when I came home from my little morning stint, I just went straight to bed. And didn't get up till about 5:30 or so, and then I was feeling good, and I felt much better then once, you know, I had a bit of dinner and everything, and felt great, so I was glad to get the hedges done anyway, so it's amazing the amount of work that's involved in a garden, John, over.
Oh yeah, well I've got grass that's crying out to be cut, and I have weeds at the front of the house. Now, out of curiosity, I ordered a little electric burner. So I'm just going to try that out of curiosity, over.
Yeah, Roger, it works for a while, but well, I suppose if you're not into using a weed killer or something like that is longer lasting, yeah, the burner, it does work all right. Yeah, well, sure, try it anyway and see how it goes, over.
Yeah, Roger, well, the reports that I've been reading is you want to be going out every 3 weeks. So, well, that I can handle, over.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. If you're happy enough with that, that's fair enough. You know, there's certain times of the year anyway that the growth is much more prominent. You won't get growth all the year round. But yeah, no problems at all. I'd be one of the bad boys there. I'd use a little bit of Roundup. That'd be my answer to it. And then you can get a selective weed killer for the grass, and it'll only kill the weeds, it won't kill the grass, John. But sure, lots of people wouldn't agree with that, over.
Yeah, Roger, EI2FN, ON8EI for ID. Yeah, well, a friend of mine was telling me that they've really watered down the products, and some of them aren't even available. But some guys get products in from Poland that they've kind of thrown their regulations out the window, over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, well, there are regulations here, of course, and that, but you can still get it. You can still get it, and it's okay. But the EU have brought in loads of regulations and all of that, and not to worry. But it's amazing the way things have changed. But you know, when you look at the sides of the roads and the middles of the dual carriageways and that, at certain times of the year you see millions and billions of dandelions and all that. They look lovely when they've got a yellow flower on them and that. But then when they go off that and then spread their seeds everywhere, and you know this biodiversity and all of that, it only works to a degree. You know, you don't want weeds everywhere, John. Over.
Yeah, no, you don't anyway. So anyway, it's arriving on Tuesday, and if Tuesday evening is decent, I'll get out there. But yeah, it's just the side of the house, and well, we don't have grass around the house, just stones, over.
Yeah, Roger and that, yeah. Well, it's grand, yeah. They sell them, I see them in Lidl and Aldi on occasions there with the long spout on them and the canister then that screws into the end of them. I take it it's one of those, over.
Yeah, Roger, something like that. Anyway, it's not break the bank stuff. I think it was 35 euros delivered, over.
Yeah, Roger, yeah. And what's the gas canisters cost?
It's electric, over.
Oh, it's electric, yeah. So how does that work? Tell me how that works, over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, you know the air guns for the shrink, you know, for the cables. You know, when you're doing that kind of you know, that shrinking to protect the cable. It's the same idea, over.
Yeah, heat gun. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, no, the ones I'm talking about that you see in Aldi and Lidl, and you see the more professional ones as well, they actually have a flame from gas, and you burn the weed that way. But yeah, well, hopefully it works out, John, over.
Yeah, Roger, so we'll give it a try anyway. And yeah, for many years I sprayed the place. I used to get up around about 7 in the morning and go out with my protective, my gloves and I didn't have a mask on, but I had glasses and my hat. And as soon as I did it, I came in and I had a shower, over.
Oh yeah, you have to be careful of that. If it gets in your eyes or your face, or it can cause a rash and give you sore eyes. Some people are allergic to it more so than others are. But yeah, okay, well, sure, try this new fangled joke anyway, and see how it works out, and see what the distance between use is and all of that. But yeah, it's a big problem nowadays, and you know, especially around here, if your neighbours don't keep down the weeds, you know, they tend to be brought in by the wind and everything like that. So I cut the grass regularly. This week gone out there, I think I cut it about 4 times. And that you can actually nearly see it grown there, especially at night when you look at it, you know, in the semi-light, you can actually see where the grass is grown. But anyway, I just like it doing it anyway. It's good exercise, John, over.
Yeah, Roger, it is good exercise. And where do you put the grass, over?
Yeah, Roger. Well, this year I put the grass on flower beds that we're not using. We've done away with a few flower beds this year, so we put the grass on that, and then the excess stuff we put in the green bin, over.
Oh yeah, Roger. Okay, very good. Yeah. Well, I just throw it up the back, and it just seems to disappear, over.
Yeah, it goes into mulch. It gets yeah, and when you move it, you see the steam coming out of it in the summer and that. But yeah, but because we have so much grass, you know, we have to get rid of some of it, and then the other we just put on it keeps the weeds down and in the flower beds that we're not using, and then next year we'll use those flower beds for flowers again, over.
Oh yeah, Roger, very green of you anyway, so that's it. Yeah, you're holding nicely. You're sometimes 5, 9, 10, and 15 and 20, but yeah, you sound like you're on the FT, the number 10 from Yezu, but maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, your audio is very good, over.
I know, I'm on the FTDX10, all right. I'm on that because it's connected up to the linear and that, so I use it. But last night I used the ICOM, and I used the 920, and I used the FTDX10 when I was showing your man how things were working. So, you know, they all work well, which is the main thing. So that's the story, John. So, yeah, there was a contest on as well last night. So, that sort of made a mess of the bands as well. Now, I had a quick listen today on 40 and 80 earlier, just on the computer. I God, the conditions weren't that good. I didn't think they were that good at all there. But 40 is good at night lately, you know, in the evening and into the late, quite late. 40 is good for local stuff, John, over.
Yeah, Roger. I was talking at 2 in the morning Belgian time to Mike Mulcahy, over.
Yeah, Roger, yeah, well, I remember talking to him before with you there, and it was late at night. I think it was 1 o'clock in the morning. So 20 metres is gone later now, over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, we had a good long chat. It could have gone on for much longer, but it was I was beginning to get tired. So around 2 o'clock and then till about 2:30. But a good condition. Now sometimes he kind of pulls away from the mic, so the signal can be good if he is got closer. But no, it's always nice to speak with him. And I remember the first time you told me about him all those years and the Galway hooker, over.
Yeah, Roger, and that, yeah, the boys travelling over, and that on the Galway hooker, and the call sign your man got, Paddy Barry got, was it EI6GH? He got that call sign as well there. So yeah, I remember going down well, it was between, you know where Colcory and the Heron is, or Colcory, down that way he lived, and I remember going down and setting up his aerial in the garden, and he had an automatic ATU, an SGC I think it was, and a radio. I forget what the radio was now, but set it up for him because, you know, because of the length of the boat and all, what type of aerial he had. And then I remember Paddy Barry's wife coming out here, and at that time I had to shack up in the attic, and she came up into the attic to talk to him there. But she just made the contact. It wasn't a great contact, but she made contact with him when he was out on the way over.
Right. Yeah, Roger. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's nearly 40 years ago. Yeah, that's amazing. I remember when you had the shack up in the attic. Well, you've gone posh now, over.
No, I wouldn't say I've gone posh, but there's a breaker there, John. We'll just stand by.
Okay, the call sign is Echo India 8 India. Larry is the call sign, QTH is in County Donegal. I just heard you on there, didn't hear John in a long time, so I just thought I'd give a shout in. So microphone back to you. ON8 Echo India 8 India listener.
Yeah. Good evening to you, Larry. Just go over the call sign. I know you to hear. Just go over the call sign again, Larry. Over.
Oh, the call sign is Echo India 8 India, 1 letter call sign, John.
Yeah. Okay. I've got that, Larry. Very good evening to you. And on the next over, I'll give you a report. But you're sounding good. And I wonder how things are. I wonder which antenna you're on. So Echo India 8 India, Oscar November 8 Echo India. Back to you, Larry. Over.
Oscar November 8 Echo India 8 India returning. Okay, John. Well, the transceiver I'm on here is an FTDX 5000, and the antenna is a 40-meter delta loop. I put up recently there. It's a full wave delta loop for 40 meters, and it's pretty resonant on this band here. I don't use it for any other bands. I'm running about 300 watts here. I'm just trying out a small little linear, which I'd line about the shack for many years. And it's a little FL 1000, an FL 7000. I think it's out about 400 or 500 watts there carrier. So I was wondering how it sounds there, because I thought I had problem with the LC in there, but it might have been lined up. So I had to dry it out for a couple of hours there to get it going right. So I was on already with it. I was talking to what do you call it, EI2IB there. I was on talking to him for a while and a couple more. So anyhow, I hope I answer your question, John. Echo India 8 India in the group. Back to you, John.
Yeah, Roger, very good, Larry, and good to hear you. It's been a while. Echo India 8 India, Oscar November 8 Echo India. No, everything is sounding good coming over on my side. And you're running between 5 and 9 plus 10, 15 and 20. So I'll put it over to my friend in the Garden County of Wicklow. Go ahead, John, over.
Yeah, Roger, from EI2FN. A very good afternoon or good evening to you. Larry, EI8 India from Echo India 2 Fox November. Name is John and the location is County Wicklow there. We have spoken before. And of course, I'm sure you're aware that EI6 Sugar is now Silent Key. I wonder if you're aware of that, Larry. You probably knew him well. EI8 India in the group, EI2FN, and you're 5 and 9 plus 20, over.
EI2FN from Echo India 8 India in the group. Okay, and that, John, no, I wasn't aware of that. Of course, I was listening to the news today, but unfortunately, 80 metres was very, very flat. There was nothing on it. And even 40 metres was very bad there today as well. It only brightened up there in the afternoon. Very sorry to hear that. I worked a many's the time there, but unfortunately, it's like us all. Our time will be up sometime whenever, and I suppose you can't live forever, but saying that, you never know these things happen, and surely be truly missed by everybody. So that's it. We have worked before, certainly, and you might give me a rundown on your operating condition there, just to see what antenna and thing I have. I do have a couple of more antennas here. I have an 80-metre loop. That's up at about 30 feet. And I have a 160-metre loop there. It's up at about, I suppose, 40 feet thereabouts. And it's just tuned to the middle of the band. I don't use any other bands on it. I'm sure if I put open wire feeder on it I could, but I do kind of make the antennas there for one band operation. So I made this 40 metre, I think maybe a month or a couple of months ago there, and it works pretty well. I'm very happy with it so far and got good reports on it. So Michael, on back to you, EI2FN and the group from Echo India 8 India.
Yeah, Echo India 8 India in the group from EI2FN. And first of all, a comment on your audio. Your audio is very good, excellent audio, Larry, so you've no worries on that. So your little 300 watt FL 700, I think that's a solid state linear, is it, by Yaesu? And your FT5000, FTDX 5000 working well there with the loop, your 40 metre full wave loop there, so excellent. Your solid 20 over 9 and your audio is excellent. So that's the report from me anyway. I'm using an FTDX10, the Yaesu FTDX10, and I'm using about 300 watts from a 10-peg Titan linear, which is connected to it. And the microphone is an M70. The antenna is an 80-metre doublet fed with open wire line, and it's up there at about 25 years. And it comes down to a 1-to-1 balance just outside the shank, a short end to coax into a KW 109 Supermatch. So that's the setup here, Larry, over.
Okay, EI2FM from Echo India in the group. Okay, very good. I didn't give you a report, but it's actually 5 and 9 plus 20 peak and 25 sometimes. They're a very, very strong signal. And that doublet there doing you very, very good there, and of course it is a good antenna. I don't have one of them up, but I intend to get something up like that. I have two small masts there. They're about 60 foot. They're telescopic galvanized masts. I have them for a long, long time. Never done anything with them. And I just have these loops up there from convenience, but if I was going to put up something like that, I would probably put it up on the towers, because I think they can go up nearly 60, about 70 foot, I would say. I wouldn't probably put them up that high, but it would be the ideal situation if you could there put them up at that distance. Microphone on this end is just a standard mic. It's an MD100, came with the rig. Well, no, it didn't come with the rig. It actually was with a 1000 MP, and I got it with it, but I just put it onto this one on the 5000, and it works a treat there. And Nigel set up most of the parameters and the audio for me in the rig, so I can thank him for the nice audio there. John. Okay, I'll pass it back to you, and maybe you'll put it around to John. I won't hold it there. I just heard you, and I was mooching around here in the shack for something, and I just had the radio on there, and I heard you having a chat there, so I just said I'd call in. So it's nice to walk you there, and maybe we'll get you further on down the line. So if I could go see you there, John, and you can pass it around there to the other John, I suppose. EI2FM and the group from Echo India, India.
Yeah, great. Lovely transmission there, Larry. I'll put it straight over to John. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, Roger, on that. Larry, just out of curiosity, what's my report, over?
Your report is 5 and 9, almost hitting 20 there on peak score.
Yeah, Roger, well, that's it. Okay, well, I'm not, normally I use a double bazooka on this band, but I'm on a dipole, a simple dipole. I suppose double bazooka, it's a dipole as well, but this one is a simple one with a 4-to-1 wound balun on a pipe, and eventually I'm just waiting. I have to go. My wife has to go to the shops to get another a breadboard. You know, those plastic breadboards for spacing. I'm going to put up a fan dipole for 40, 20, and 10. And what I use with this dipole is that D10. Did you ever use that D10 wire, Larry? Over.
The negative, the only wire I use there for my antennas is hard-zone copper there, hard-zone copper, and the reason I go for that is that it doesn't stretch. I find that if I use any other wire, it stretches, and your antenna twice as long as when you start it. But up where I am here, it's quite windy, and what happens is the wind actually stretches the wire, but if you get the hard-zone copper, it stays the same size all the time. I never use any other wire. The only different wire I would have used there is when I bought the Nubular there off the DX Commander, the 18-meter one. I put it came with DX10 or something they call it, and it was just actually when I checked it out, it's the same wire that they used in washing machines and so on, because it's made in Italy. And what did it say? Don't let it keep away from moisture. So I don't know how it's going to work, but it has worked good so far. But if I'm making antennas myself, especially the loops, I use the copper wire. I find it the best there. So I hope that answers your question, John. ON8 Echo India, to take it from Echo India and in the group.
Yeah, Roger that, Larry. Well, the D10 is what the British Army used for the field telephones, over?
Oh yeah, that's quite strong stuff there. We used to use it in our crowd as well there, and it's quite. I think the stuff in the middle is, I don't know if it's stainless steel or what it is, but it's very strong wire, and it's coated with. I think it could actually be coated with some sort of plastic, but it's very strong, if I can remember.
Yeah, Roger. Well, it is very strong, and yeah, it's quite thin. But anyway. That's what I have up today, but in the next few days I'll drop down that mast and I'll finish off with the fan dipole, Larry, over.
Yes, Oscar November 8 Echo India, Echo India 8 India in the group there to take it. Okay. I was just wondering, you never thought of actually putting up a loop there for listening on. It's just a very quiet antenna for listening, especially I very seldom use my vertical antenna now, because I find the noise is very high on it. And when I switch to the loop there, the noise just goes away. And as I say, it's perfectly tuned, 1-to-1 in all the bands. And there are some days you can use it because the bands are quiet, but today I couldn't use it at all, and I have a good the one of the elements is 40 meters and it's tuned well, but compared to this 40 meter loop that I'd up on the noise is up about an S9 or over it, where the loop is down about a 1 or a 2, so it made an awful difference. And on receive, the audio is much nicer when you listen to the audio of the other station. It's nicer and more rounder. Where the vertical, it's more noisy because you're actually bringing in more noise with the audio. So you should try one of them for listening there, even a small one there on some band you might favour. and just it'll be a trial, and just see how it compares to the vertical. I find them extremely good. That's why I used them there. So okay, I'll pass it back to you, and you can put it around to John or whatever if you have any other questions there. As I say, I'm not going to hold it now because the XYL rang me there a while ago. She wants to get into town, so I better not keep her waiting, or I'll have the pan across the head when I go over and no dinner. Okay, John. Oscar November 8, Echo India, to take it from Echo India 8 India in the group.
Yeah, Roger. Okay. Well, I'll look into the loops HI. And good to see you on QRZ.com, and I hope you're enjoying the retirement, Larry, over.
Yes, John, I'm doing my best here, but I do have my odds and bits and ends there. I'm in and out. I could tell you a big story about it, but unfortunately I'm not in the best of form at the moment. I went through an ordeal there. I went down to get something checked and it went wrong, and I was kind of I spent 7 days in hospital after it, and so I'm not in the best of form yet, but I am definitely getting back to myself, and I'm getting out and about, because when I got out I couldn't walk 10 yards. I've been out of breath, and I just only getting back to myself there, so that's why I'm playing a wee bit of radio now and again, and I intend to get out and get more exercise and get more air in while the weather is good there, and I hope to get back to myself, but it's not easy there, John, so that's the way. So okay, listen, I'll not hold it with you, and I'll probably hear you once tomorrow night. Maybe Nigel might be on there. I don't know. I was trying to get in contact with him, but I think he might be gone to England or somewhere. I'm not too sure. So I'll not hold it with you there, and I wish the best ever to you and yours, and also there to EI2 FM. So maybe if you have anything to ask me there, John, either of John, you can give me a shout now. So Echo India 8 India, listen.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll put it back to John. Go ahead, John. Over.
Yeah, okay. Just one question there, and I know there's a mic 7 there. Larry, what way are you feeding your loop? Over.
I'm just feeding it with straight coax, a quarter wavelength on the frequency. I use a quarter wave, no boron, nothing like that, just straight into the wire. And I'm getting a perfect SWR 1-to-1 in the middle of the band where I cut it. I always make them a wee bit long and then cut them to size wherever I want to work on. So if you're a CW man, you'll probably leave it a wee bit longer. I like the phone there, so I cut it in the middle of the band. And as it goes to each side of the band, it goes up gradually, but not a lot. It only goes up about 1.5, 1.6. So it's important that you get the feeder right. No borons, nothing, no matching stubs, just the quarter wave feeder on that frequency. It's very important when you're doing it that you cut it the quarter wave off the coax. No other connections, no other matching stubs, nothing like that. Just a straight coax into the wire, and I find it work exceptionally well. I've been using these antennas this last nearly 40 years, and I never had any bother with them there, John. So EI2 FM, to take it from Echo India and India.
Yeah, okay, many thanks for that, Larry. Yeah, that's interesting. And as you say, it's a quieter antenna than the vertical and that. So, yeah, excellent. The closed loop, of course, is supposed to be that much quieter anyway. So thanks for that, Larry, and great to talk to you again. And no doubt we'll hook up on the band again in the near future. So you're sounding great there, Larry. Your audio is perfect. And sounding really, really well. I'd say 73 PM, put it over to John to give you his final. Over.
Okay. Okay, John, just one thing before you go there. I was meaning to say something about the... okay, if you do cut it for that band... Hold on. Okay, if you do cut it for that band now, it's not working on any other band, you know. It could probably tune down, but you have a lot of loss and so on. But if you're just using it for the one band there, you just cut it for and put the coax. But if you are using a doublet at the moment, and you do make maybe an 80-meter loop or whatever, if you feed it with open wire feeder, you'll get the choice of maybe working it on all the bands, because I've known several people that does it. I'm actually going maybe this summer, if I get a chance and I get back to myself, I might try me 160-meter loop with open wire feeder to see how if I get on there. and I do have several tuners here, so I could maybe use a quarter wave stub there and maybe run it straight into the rig and see if I can get the SWR. But I think I have something up my sleeve there to get that the loop there done with the feeder. I could maybe put a couple of amp meters on it and see how I'm feeding it there and how the current is getting into it. There's always little things there you can do to make to balance it out there. So okay, I just thought I'd pass that on to you before I go. Okay, I'll pass it back to you, John, for any finals. Oscar, November 8th, Echo India. John, this is Echo India 8 India in the group.
Yeah, Roger. Well, it's great to hear you, Larry, and it's I have happy memories of us three, yourself and Nigel and myself, having a chat down the band on 80, over.
Yes, I remember that. Well, I hope we have more of them. I'm not going to die that quick, I hope. We'll probably be able to do it again. I would say there, I have that 80-meter loop, and of course I still have the vertical there if I want to use it, but as I say, it's pretty noisy there, so we'll see. If the band is good, it's okay, but if it's noisy and so on, it can be very, very hard to listen on it, So normally what I do is I listen with the loop and then transmit on the vertical sometimes. If you use the dual VFOs, you can do it there. Okay, listen, 73 for now, and best wishes to you and yours, and also there to John's family, and we hope we'll get you further on down the log. So Echo India 8 India, off and clear with Oscar November 8, Echo India, John, and EI2 FM. Okay, 70 to you, John.
Yeah, you take it, John.
Yeah, okay, fine, Larry. All the very best from Echo Italy 2 Foxtrot November in Wicklow. Cheers and beers, Larry. Good night, God bless.
Okay, 73 to all there, and good night.
Yeah, good night to you, Larry. Always good to hear you. Thanks for dropping in. And now I can put you in my QRZ.com log. So that's very happy with that. EI8I, ON8EI. Till the next time, Larry, over. Okay, there he is. I think someone called in, John, over.
Yeah, there's a Mike 3 and there was a Mike 7, so I'll just stand by and see who's calling. Is it Mike 3 Alpha Delta Mike? Yeah, very good evening to you. The name is John and the location is County Wicklow, and my call is EI2FN. So back to you, Mike 3 Alpha Delta Mike from Echo Italy 2 Fox Nancy, and I know there's another station there in the background, but he's not quite as loud as yourself there. I'll give you a report on the next over from EI2FN Fox November, over. Yeah, Mike 3 Alpha Delta Mike from Echo India 2 Fox Nancy. Okay, very good evening to you, Adam in Central Scotland, and thanks for the report there. 5 and 8. You're 5 and 7 to 5 and 8. 5 and 7 to 5 and 8. So we leave it at 5 and 8. And the QDH here is Wicklow on the east coast of Ireland, 20 miles south of Dublin city centre. So I'll put it over to my friend in Belgium to give you a report. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, Roger. Mike 3 Alpha Delta Mike, Oscar November 8 Echo India. You're 4 and 7 with me, Adam. You're a bit light, but I'm hearing most of what you're saying. So I wonder what your well, I think you're in Edinburgh, but anyway, I wonder what my report is with you, Adam. I'm located in a little village called Ham, like ham radio, and it's about 50 kilometers northeast of Antwerp. So back to you, Adam. Mike 3 Alpha Delta Mike, Oscar November 8 Echo India and the group, over. Yeah, Roger. Okay, well, thank you very much for that, and nice to hear you. And I'll put it back to you, John. Go ahead, John, over.
Yeah, okay, you're doing well there with your 10 watts, Adam. So, I wonder, the call sign nearly has in the suffix nearly has your Christian name in it there, ADM. But very good. So, nice to work you there, and your 10 watts doing a nice job anyway, Adam. So many thanks for calling in there, and anytime you hear us on, give us a shout. Mike 3, Alpha Delta Mike. All the best from Echo Italy, 2 Fox, Nancy in the group, over. Yeah, bye-bye, all the very best. And John, say goodbye.
Yeah, bye-bye, Adam. Till the next time. Nice photos on the QRZ.com, Adam, over. Yeah, bye-bye. Okay, John, I'm going to go down and get a quick cup of tea, and then it's time for bed, over.
Yeah, Roger, yeah, I realise you're on an early start tomorrow there, so that's okay. Well, thanks for coming up, John, and it was a nice contact there, all solid signal there, 5 and 9 plus right through there, and it was nice to hear Larry's voice tonight as well, calling in. So, all the very best, John. Enjoy the work for the rest of the week there, and sure talk to you somehow or some way during the week anyway. Cheers and beers and regards around the house from Echo Italy, 2 Fox, Nancy.
Yeah, Roger on that, John. Yeah, and this week is it's a day off on Thursday, an official day off. But normally they work it, so if they work it, I'll be there, and I have Friday off. So if they don't work it, it's a 3-day week. This one, over.
Yeah, that'll be very good there. Yeah, they're talking about bringing work down to a 4-day week here in Echo India, and I think in parts of the UK and that as well, so it'll be interesting if that ever comes about there. To give people a nice long weekend, but then anyone who wants to work a bit of overtime then can work a little bit of overtime as well and bring up the wages there. So yeah, it's all in the melting pot, John. So great to hear you there. All the very best, and don't work too hard. From Echo India, 2 Fox, Nancy.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, well, always good to hear you, John. Thanks for coming up, and we'll keep in touch. Yeah, I just flick over between the 2 antennas, and I don't really hear a great difference. But anyway, this antenna is for another operation. But I was just transmitting with it, just checking it out anyway. So we keep in touch. We probably talk to you on the higher bands. Greetings to the lady of the house, and well, that's about it. I'm going to close down the station now and get a quick cup of tea and maybe one slice of barmbrack. 73 is John. Good to hear you. EI 2FN ON8EI. Bye from Belgium. Over.
Yeah, just a quick question there. You have the 4-to-1 balance at the feed point of that dipole, do you?
Yeah, Roger, yes I do, over.
And, yeah, so how is your SWR?
Oh, here it's flat, over.
Yeah, very good. And if you used it without the balun, have you tried it without the balun, no?
Negative, no. The balun is part of the feed line. So it was no, as you would say, no load to carry. It's just a pipe and 20 turns or thereabouts, over.
Oh yeah, is it a homebrew balun?
Yeah, homebrew. Just wound around with RG58, over.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, fine, John. Listen, the best of luck, all the best there, and talk to you over the week. ON8EI from EI 2FN. Good night, God bless.
Yeah, good night to you, John. Yeah, well, this antenna is just for it's a receive balun, a receive antenna. Just if I get some noise, I can eliminate it, over.
Yeah, but when okay, right, okay, doesn't matter. Okay, right, the best of luck with it.
Yeah, thanks, John. 73s, bye-bye.